Pennsylvania's nutrient management legislation, Act 38, is unique in the realm of state nutrient management regulations because the criteria for whether a farm is regulated is based on animal density relative to the land area available to spread manure on, rather than the total number of animals. This is important because even a small number of animals can create excessive levels of nutrients on a farm if there isn't enough land to spread that manure on. On the other side of the spectrum, farms with very large numbers of animals may still be able to utilize the nutrients in an environmentally safe way if they have enough acreage available to spread manure on, so they may not need to be regulated by Pennsylvania's Act 38, although they may still have to comply with federal CAFO regulations if the animal count is high enough. The threshold for whether a farm is regulated by Act 38 is if it has greater than 2 animal equivalent units per acre, or AEUs per acre. These are called concentrated animal operations, or CAOs, by the Act 38 legislation. Let's talk about what an AEU is and how you would calculate the AEUs per acre for a farm. First, we have to define what an animal unit, or AU, is. An animal unit is 1,000 pounds of live animal weight. So a Holstein heifer that weighs 1,000 pounds is equal to 1 animal unit. A Holstein cow that weighs 1,450 pounds is equal to 1.45 animal units, and a calf that weighs 420 pounds is equal to 0.42 animal units. To determine what different types of livestock weigh, you can use the standard weights table in Agronomy Facts 54 or the Nutrient Management Technical Manual. Or you can document the weights of livestock on a particular farm with actual weight records from the farm. So what does the equivalent, or E, mean in AEU? An animal equivalent unit is an adjustment to the animal units that accounts for how many days out of the year an animal is located on the farm. For instance, a finishing hog weighs 165 pounds on average during its production period, which is 0.165 animal units. However, it only spends 100 days on the farm during its production period. So we multiply the animal units by the fraction of a year that it is on the farm, or 100 over 365. So the finishing hog in this scenario has an AEU of 0.045. The first step in calculating the AEUs per acre on a farm to determine if it is regulated by Act 38 is to sum up the total number of AEUs on the farm across all the animals that will be on the farm during the year. Here's an example for a poultry farm that has 6 flocks of 50,000 large broilers each year, where each flock is on the farm for 56 days. The total number of days that the farm has 50,000 birds on it is 6 times 56, or 336 days. Each bird weighs 3.55 pounds on average during the production cycle. So the AEUs for the poultry on this farm are 50,000 birds times 3.55 pounds per bird divided by 1,000 pounds per animal unit times 336 production days out of 365 days in a year. And this equals 163.4 animal equivalent units. Let's say that this farm also maintains a herd of 20 finishing beef cattle, which weigh an average of 950 pounds each during the production cycle, and the 20 animals are present the whole year round. We need to calculate the AEUs for the beef cattle and add this to the AEUs for the poultry. 20 head of cattle times 950 pounds each divided by 1,000 pounds per animal unit times 365 days on site per 365 days of the year is 19 AEUs. Added together, the poultry and beef cattle are 182.4 AEUs. The next step in calculating the AEUs per acre is to determine the acreage that is available to spread the manure generated by the livestock on. This land must be under the management control of the operator and can include rented land. It must be land where crops, hay, or pasture is produced. The land must be an integral part of the operation, so for instance spreading manure on your neighbor's ground wouldn't count. It must be suitable for manure application, meaning you can actually get onto it with a manure spreader. Land that is not included in the acreage suitable for manure includes farmstead acreage, such as area around the home or driveways and lanes, and forested land. To calculate AEUs per acre, simply divide the total number of AEUs by the total acreage suitable for manure spreading. In the above scenario, if the farm has 20 acres of pasture and 50 acres of cropland, you would divide 182.4 AEUs by 70 acres, resulting in 2.61 AEUs per acre. You might be wondering about how accurately you need to round AEU per acre calculations, and the answer is that it should be rounded to 2 decimal places. Any farm that exceeds 2.00 AEUs per acre and has more than 8 AEUs in total is a CAO and is regulated by Act 38.